Hey guys, Beast 1210. Kind of going over my get home bag, the bag I keep behind the seat of the truck, in case whatever happens. We talked before about the one that I carried from work and back, and these are part of the supplies that I keep at work. This bag here, I'm kind of just changing some stuff over for winter. We're getting into some crazy cold conditions here, and had it out, and we're going to restock it with more of a winter type scenario in mind, and then we're actually going to go out and try out all the gear and make sure everything's in work, find out what doesn't work, and get rid of the stuff that doesn't. Most of the stuff will remain the same. You'll see. Here, this is a field line bag. This was initially just a cheap $15 bag I got at G.I. Joe's. It is more of a fanny pack type bag, but it has a harness to support more weight. I bought two different bags at the same time. I couldn't decide, but they were so cheap I got both of them. They have quite a bit of room. This is a I don't know if you can hear that, it's like a hard shell that protects most of your electronics and your knives and stuff like that. Let's see if we can get her open with one hand here. It's got nice padded pockets on the inside for PDAs, cell phones, multi-tools, various little pockets to hide all sorts of stuff, a little shell action in here. But it's got a neat little outer compartment here. It's kind of like a turtle shell. It's got a great interior here. Let's see if we can zip it. It holds quite a bit of stuff. One of the things also here, it's rare for fanny packs, but because of this size, it's got the nice loops on the bottom, and if need be, I have carried the wool with the tarp wrapped up into it. It's too heavy for me to carry on a regular hike, but I always keep it behind the seat. A couple of the items behind the seat, since I do carry this back and forth from work to my truck, then it's usually with me or in the truck. And I have not changed that since the last video. We're just kind of seeing how it's holding up since I made the bag. I wasn't going to depend on it yet. This is an example of the I usually keep a jacket in there as well. Not a big fan of down, however this is a down jacket, so it compresses well, but it has a Gore-Tex shell, and that's the only reason I would carry, excuse you, the only reason I carry it down is because it has the Gore-Tex on the outside. It's just too wet in the Northwest. This is an example of what I keep it in. It's in a compression sack, takes all the air out. This is a different jacket, and it's just because I don't have a smaller compression sack, but this can go down quite a bit more. Doesn't take any room, and whether I'm using it or I'm using it for a bed for my dog, a lot of times I use that for a sleeping bag when we go out hiking. It's nice insulation for him, and it compresses down more than just keeping like a foam bottom for him to hang out with. A couple of things I keep behind the seat as well are my hiking boots. Bought these 3 years ago now. They're solos, they're full leathers. They're still one of the only hiking boot I can find that are full leather. Most of them all switched to a like synthetic action. That does have a Gore-Tex lining in it. It is far superior than the old solos I had, which I wouldn't have replaced, except for I had a puppy that ate the toe portion out of theirs. I'd had those for about 8 years and had them resold. I love them so much. So I kept with the solo, and was not disappointed. These things broke in about half a day. The most comfortable shoes out of the box I've ever worn. A couple of things that will be in the truck through the winter, only because I'm also going snowshoeing tomorrow, is the trekking poles with the snow basket on it. Nice pair of MSR snowshoes with some cheap gaiters attached to it. But well, let's go through the kit here and some of the changes we're making. I have another little feature I'm going to add on here, but I do have a balaclava. I'm not sure if that's how you say that. Nice wool hat. We are going to be trading out the regular cotton socks for a nice synthetic wool heavy duty. The version I'm actually going to keep, just because it takes less room, is I have a pair that's all vacuum sealed up, and just because it'll be for emergencies and it'll take up less room in the pack. Bandana, something I had in the other one that I'm going to keep through the winter. Gloves, something to protect your hands. One thing I don't have shown on here, because it's actually in my other pack because I'm going out this weekend, is I have a 60-meter rope. It's only a 9mm thick. It's very small, but it works for whatever you need to do, elevation drops, anything. Because I'm keeping this in the truck, if for some reason I needed to lower something, I was on an expressway during an earthquake and I needed to get off it, leave the truck or something in that nature, the rope is extremely handy, and that is usually under the seat as well. These are great gloves. They haven't seen much use because I haven't had to use them, but nice leather gloves. However, we're going to switch to a pair of the working gloves because I'm going to be using this in my truck. These aren't just little wimpy winter wool gloves. I have two different versions. These are the ones I'm actually going to be putting in the pack. They are custom leather craft. I believe I've got them at Home Depot. It's a thinsulate lined. They've got a nice full leather palm grip. You can see it's got lots of use for them. These are a little bit heavier dutier. They don't flex quite as well. I use these when I'm working on the truck or doing outdoor activities. This is also a Home Depot thing, and if I can pull the flap up here, neat thing about these guys is if you blow that little circle bung there, all your hot breath fills the gloves, and so you don't have to take the gloves off to blow on your hands. Essentially, you can just keep doing it while you're working. They're great gloves, but I'm gonna go with a little bit lighter weight of this leather here. Going into some other ones, I'm keeping these. This is 3mm Home Depot construction bags. I think there's 2 or 3 of them in there. That's part of the kit I keep in the summer as well. Platypus 2-liter. We're gonna keep that one as well. Spork, keeping that. Food, I'm gonna trade out a little bit. I usually keep the Xanatran rice and some sort of albacore or tuna or something like that, something in a little pouch that keeps for about a year. It doesn't need refrigerating. That's usually what I have in there. I'm going to trade it off for an MRE. I will break this down so it fits a little bit better. The crackers and stuff I'll probably put in this little pouch. This just has some teas, some Tabasco, coffee, emergency hot chocolate, little stuff like that. I'll keep that, and I'll probably break some of this down, the matches and the little jelly and stuff and put in there. The reason I'm going to MRE is it doesn't require water. Well, that's not 100% true. If you use the little heat pack in there, it's got a little iron sulfite sleeve. You add a little bit of water to it and it'll heat the meal. It's not necessary, but one of the things in the winter is, as cold as it is, the water is going to be frozen, and I just don't want to have to be boiling water to add to the stove or something like that. Or this, rice takes quite a bit of water to cook and such like that. So we're going to the MREs that doesn't require cooking if you can stomach the cold food, but it doesn't require water as well, unless you want to use the heat pack. So that's the decision on there. Little Charmin to go action. I do have some Flint. It's been vacuum sealed. Doesn't take up any earth. Sorry, that's not Flint. Lint. It's like Flint, but it's lint. Lint, dryer lint for fire starting. I also thrown in a fatwood stick. I've had these. I never really used them that much, but you'll see in a different video that I've got on here. Maybe I'll just add it onto this one. I just feathered the end on there, and it lit right off a ferrocerium rod. Another thing you'll see in the video is this little guy, and I'll explain that. It's just a paraffin wax corrugated cardboard. It's a nice fire starter. Something in the kit that is staying is a little baby tiny pair of binoculars. They were like $9 at a little outdoor place. Those are just nice, especially in a situation where it's emergencies and you're trying to see up and down the road or trying to find something. Binoculars are something that I don't see in a lot of kits around. And we'll explain these two. I carry a PDA phone, and I should have brought it over here before the video, but it uses a mini USB like a lot of things do. This is Energizer. You put 2 AA's in here and you can charge, get quite a full charge off them. It is a touchscreen PDA cell phone. This is it's not really a hard shell like a Pelican or an Ottobox. It does have like a gel backing, but what the front does, it allows you to use the touchscreen completely secured and waterproof, and this thing does float locked in this little box. Talk about those little guys. A lot of people have mentioned they carry the little thumb drives with all the important information on. I have a lot of that all in the chip for my phone, and I should go get my phone just to kind of explain a little bit more.